Remember when you were a kid and people always asked you, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I always answered, "Veterinarian." I loved horses and couldn't think of a better way to spend my time other than being around them and doing what I loved every day. I, however, did not pursue a career in being a veterinarian, nor did I ever take any classes that would aim me in that direction. At the age of 20, I came up with a foolproof life plan that couldn't fail. I decided I was going to be a police officer and had my life planned strategically. I would marry by the time I was 22 and have my first child at 25 and the second by 27. One boy and one girl. Yeah, that plan didn't work out either. While I'm currently very content with my life, this was not the road I thought I would travel down. I thought my life would be much, much different because I was told it would be. We have all taken detours in life and have heard the term life happens. But what do you do when life happens to you? Do you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward? Or do you let it stop you from moving on with your life and coming up with a plan B? Looking back, all my plans for my life were made because that was what fit into the societal norms that were all around me. We are told to go to school so we can get the career we love. Once you finish school and have that great career, you're supposed to buy a nice house. Then you're supposed to meet the fairy tale love of your life and get married. And of course, when you finally get married, then you're supposed to have babies and live happily ever after, living a fairy tale life full of family and success. All these ideas are brought on by societal norms and the support of those norms from all those around us who, through no fault of their own, were brought up thinking and being told the same things. So what happens when you achieve all these things and you're still not happy? What happens when you reach all the goals you were told you were supposed to reach and you find yourself now having a midlife crisis in your late 30s? Your world comes crashing down upon you, all because you were told those achievements would make you happy. But they didn't. When we stop to look around, once we have achieved all the things in life that we thought would make us happy, we suddenly realize that those things aren't working. We again are not where we thought we'd be in life. Some individuals find their way around this disappointment by actively seeking out a variety of new plans, moving past plan A and going to plan B, C, D, and so on and so forth until they find their way. These individuals are constantly moving forward to achieve the next goal they've laid out before themselves. However, there are others who simply give up and spend the rest of their lives working for the same company, doing the same routine, all the while increasingly resenting their job and everything and everyone around them. Have you ever heard the term, "Some people live life to the fullest while others are just living"? Those of us who can hold our head up and accept that life may throw a few lemons our way from time to time are the ones who choose to live life to the fullest. The others who have simply given up are doing that other thing, spending every day only to move into the next, repeating the same day over and over until they no longer exist. Now you may be thinking that the people who are living to die are sad in their state, but take into consideration what brought them there. They were told, just like you and I were, that their life was supposed to be different. They were supposed to follow the norms set in stone all around them. And when they didn't get what they wanted, they simply may not have known how to deal with it. No wonder there are so many miserable people out there running around. We are told we can be anything we want to be, and part of that is true, as it is up to you to make changes in your life to achieve your goals and dreams. The other part, however, is that we are not taught how to keep moving forward when life throws a curveball. That inner strength seems to be something you either have or you don't. It's making the decision that you must keep going that motivates you to move forward. And unfortunately, as with most things, you must choose to motivate yourself. Perhaps those that are content with life have found a way to set goals that were more obtainable, or goals that would provide a sense of comfort once they were achieved. Maybe they just didn't listen to the world around them and decided that they would choose what made them happy, rather than what they were told would make them happy. Life will always happen, and no one can ever predict when it's going to happen to them. Life can be extremely generous for 1 minute, and the next minute it can pull away from you everything you have ever achieved. The challenge is to become one of those fighters, the type of dreamer who goes against the grain, and the kind of individual who keeps getting up to try again. I find it sad that the world so affects us that it can steal our drive away completely. I personally have always been a fighter, even though I do have what I like to call quitter days. But letting them last for too long is again up to me. I know that the power to pull myself out of that mindset is all in my control, and then I must make the conscious decision to do so. To be honest, it would be easier at times to quit instead of going through the struggles life throws in my face. I never act on these quitter days. However, they are simply a thought that crosses my mind until my inner drill sergeant starts yelling, "Get up!" We all have an inner drill sergeant, and we can utilize that anytime we choose. I encourage you to find yours, and remember, the only thing you really need to do is to make the choice to listen, then make yourself act.